Alright. So, we're back in NieR.
Hey, it's
I
near
have
time.
gotten all but one weapon that has been fully upgraded. I have all the upgrade materials for the final weapon. So the question becomes, do we want to go for that final weapon first? Or do we want to
You,
start fucking around with endings?
you told me I would highly enjoy it, so yes, I would like to see what this final weapon is.
Alright. You're asking for it. Let's go to the center. That'll be good.
Yes, I am asking for it because you told me I would highly enjoy it.
I think you may enjoy it.
Yes. And most likely I am going to slot this in on Disco Elysium off days, since, oh boy, that stream is probably somewhere around 80 episodes.
It's a little chunky.
So I thought, hey,
Little
why
chunky
not
boy.
mix things up?
Alright.
So let's get this. And is there any particular reason why we're on Route B?
We're not actually. I think we're in C.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of where I left off at.
Emil, how I missed your jaunty music.
You, sir, need to calm yourself down. Alright,
What?
we already had one ending ruined by by doors that didn't open. Now we're having Emil ruin it with his song.
That glitch didn't ruin the ending.
I don't know. Seemed kind of ruined to me. Give me that last thing. Emil. Alright, cool. Oh, right. Okay.
What?
Let me see something. I'm trying to remember because normally he has a line that gets said.
Oh.
Let me
And
see.
that-
I don't know if I did this part or not yet because I did start something.
And that leads to the final weapon?
Yeah. Did we get this before or no? Do you remember getting this?
Yes?
Having a meal mask on our head?
It's been quite some time, so I forget now.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Did we visit Emil's house before or not?
Yes, we did.
Okay, then yeah, we totally got this at that point. Alright, cool.
Well, it's been longer than a minute, more like an hour since we played.
You get my point. You and
Okay.
your ruining of puns.
It's this isn't Disco Elysium. Shit. This is NieR Automata. Can't I make puns?
No.
I am still going to upload that pun compilation when we finish this.
I refuse to watch it. Alrighty, let's go visit our buddy Emil's house.
Okay.
So, he usually has a line about how there was a thief recently in his house.
Oh.
So he had to up his security.
Oh.
I think we may be the thief.
Oh. So we're wearing his mask to trick the security system. Oh my god, that is wacky.
That's not what we're doing. I'm wearing it just to wear it.
Oh.
It doesn't actually do that. I'm sorry to ruin it for you. Oh, it's still broken.
Oh.
It would be great if that is how it worked. Sadly, it's not.
Oh. And besides all the endings, we also want to do the arenas.
Yep, that's the other thing. I figure after the weapon, we'll do the arenas then, and then from there we'll
Okay.
start dealing with the. Okay, all right. I mean that works, just fine.
Okay. And is this Emil's security system, or are these just random robots?
Random robots.
Oh.
These were down here before.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the... Alright, hold on. Let me see. What is my current chipset? Because I think that's why. Yeah, alright. I'm on my farming chipset. That's why. There we go. Turn on the lights.
Ooh. What could this weapon be?
I don't know. It's in Emil's house.
Oh my god! Is it Emil? Wait. We saw lots of Emil heads in the... like giant Emil heads. Is it like some kind of Emil head fist weapon? Or like, wait, no, wait, Emil's sword? No, that wouldn't work. Emil... Do we have like... No, Emil had boxing gloves would be the only thing I could think of that would make sense enough to say I would really like it, because I like ludicrous weapons. So I am going to guess it is it's Emil had boxing gloves, gauntlets, and or launchable punching weapons.
Well, we'll find out now, won't we?
And like, since it's been so long, like, are there any launchable punching weapons like a quote-unquote boomerang-like thing that will return to you?
Let's see here.
Like all the fist weapons, do they like that? Do those shoot out, or are all these like bracers just like boxing gloves?
I don't know.
Okay, so they do seem to shoot out.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't personally like them with 9S. I think they're better with A2.
And shut up, dude. Like, I just remembered this being near, and you're like, ooh, I don't know what's going on. When you do, I forgot you were like this. Dude, it was like capabilities of weapons. You could have said, like, oh yeah, like, punches fire out energy blasts or something like that. You shouldn't have been like, ooh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the weapon is, you know. That I was doing that. I was showing you that the punches do that.
Oh, okay.
So I equipped it.
Okay, so I am going to guess it is some kind of Emil gauntlet, boxing glove, rocket fist thingy.
Man, look at all this. This is great. All this
So
money.
many doors.
Ah, look at Emil's house.
Hypothesis. This is the residence of the inscrutable life form known as Emil. Alert. Theft of physical objects may disturb the resident.
Nah, it's fine. Nope, can't pick it up. Can't get in there.
Do you know where the
Oh,
Emil...
you know what? Maybe it's because I have to do it twice. Maybe it doesn't save that part of it. Okay.
What?
The fact that we were down here prior, it doesn't save that fact. From like when we completed the game. And like reloading into different sections.
Okay. So, I will have time for my story that I will share with you. Yay.
You know
Okay.
No, keep going.
What?
I'm probably going to change the chapter over so that I'm playing as A2.
Because she would be better for this?
I kind of want to fight with A2 rather than 9S, just because during all of my freaking training with this and leveling up and shit, I've been doing nothing but 9S.
Okay, fair enough. But, it's coming up on 3 years that I've had my jaw surgery.
Damn, it's been that long already.
Yeah. So, about a year ago, my dentist have noticed, well, like, my side, that on my lower left, I have a tooth with some mobility. Like, I mean, it's slightly loose, but not to the point that, hey, it's a kid's loose tooth and will fall out at some point. But, so we're thinking about going to see a periodontist. So 6 months later, and I really didn't get around to it, which was about maybe 4 months ago. At this point, she's like, hey, like, did you look into the periodontist? And I'm like, oh no, I didn't get around to it. So
Hi, Emil, you're ruining a story.
So she recommended this guy, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll look into him. And then since I'm switched insurances and got insurance through my job now, I decided just to wait a bit until all the information was transferred over, stuff like that. Found out that, and I'm going to, like, not indirectly call them out on this, and the person this relates to, but MedLife does not send you a dental insurance card. So for about 3-4 weeks, I was like, I got my health insurance card, where's my dental insurance card? So I was waiting on that. I found out that MetLife Dental does not send out insurance cards for whatever reason. So I'm like, okay, fine. I was looking up periodontists in our area. There are no periodontists in our area that accepts our insurance.
That's weird. And I'm very upset I can't skip this, apparently.
I see.
Okay.
It seems this Nietzsche was quite the profound
And,
thinker.
okay, so my dad was like, hey, I'm gonna help you look, just in case, like, you're missing one. And so, along with him, he finds this one guy who is relatively close, takes our insurance. The funny thing is, there's not too much information about him in the way of customer reviews. So we were like, hey, let's just look at the guy that the dentist recommended and look at this guy as a secondary thing. And found out that like my insurance will cover half of
Perfect.
Help A2.
I have the materials.
anything
great
that
trouble.
may be
The
going
villagers
on
are-
there, like
Pascal, are you there?
tooth
What
replacement,
is going on?
implants and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, you can always cancel your appointment for them. Let's see if we can find out anything about this guy
I'm on my way.
that your insurance covers, which
Okay.
we couldn't too much earlier. So after much looking, we found out he's primarily based in and around Philly. He has 50 locations.
Jesus Christ.
Like 3 or 4 around our location.
Unit A2 should investigate the
And
status
there
of
is
Pascal's
one
village.
about an hour and a half west.
Oh, shit, I think we just got an ending.
Oh!
By mistake.
Oops.
Yep. A2 suddenly felt like taking a stroll through the though the walk gave her a sense of peace and fulfillment. Pascal's village has been reduced to rubble when she returned.
Oops.
Well, break time.
Break time.
Whoops. All right, cool. Not what I wanted to do, but hey, it'll work.
Why don't you go earlier into the A2 portion?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, so this guy has 50 locations around, like in and around eastern to maybe central-ish Pennsylvania, since it's a little bit south of Hershey,
Mm-hmm.
and in a town I've never even heard of, like Lititz, Pennsylvania,
Oh, nice.
Lititz. So, now, and that's not the really interesting thing, but Chalfont, Brookhaven, York, Auburn, Doylestown, Chadsford, Quakertown, Philly, Souderton. So, Fort Washington, this guy, Ballykenwood, this guy's all the fuck over Pennsylvania. So, at that point, my dad was like, why does he have so many offices?
Good morning, A2.
Is this guy
Analysis.
reliable
Your high unit
at
A2
all,
was
since
restarted
he's
5
working
minutes
out
and
of so
42
many
seconds
places?
ago. The cause was excessive strain due to battle against
Okay,
machine life
now for the real kicker.
All this goddamn
Doing a
sand is
deep
starting
Google
to piss
search,
me off.
I find an article
Fuel
on
filter
him,
performance
and I'm not going
deteriorating.
to say his
Fine
name
particulate
here
matter
for
seems
like
to have
a
entered the
little
filter
bit of
while hiding in the
privacy,
desert.
but I'll give enough
Proposal.
information
Replace
for
the faulty
people
part
who
immediately.
You make it sound
notice
so
who
easy.
he is by the
Records
information,
indicate
for like
said
the
part was
sheer
once used at the
wackiness of
resistance
the
camp.
story.
The resistance
Okay.
camp.
He specializes in orthodontics, periodontics, and general dentistry. All three, like three major tooth fields. So my dad's like, why, pick a field? Like, why is he doing all three?
I feel like general dentistry is kind of a prerequisite for a more specialized field, so at least that one makes some sense.
Apart from orthodontics and periodontics, he has also had a keen interest in astronomy and planetary science.
Okay.
He has performed extensive research in the fields of dark matter, antimatter, baryonic matter, and associated energies.
Is he going to perform a seance for you?
He has developed the idea of planetary energy vortex that could be used to process any kind of waste without any import source and without any toxins leaking out into the environment.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is this guy's name Harry Dubois? Because with such a varied range of insanity, I feel like it's appropriate.
His many inventions include the Boston Energy Captive Power Generation System, the green agriculture of arid lands, and the carbonizer, a clean coal energy substitute.
Clean coal isn't a thing. Like
I know,
I hate to break that to you, that's a buzzword, and clean coal doesn't actually exist.
I know, but it's a carbonizer, a clean coal substitute. But and the black hole waste management system.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he worked on like 3 things, and he works in the Army Reserve's medical field.
I mean, you're in the Army Reserves. You, as far as I'm aware, at least, I don't want to like say something that I'm completely wrong about here when it comes to this thing. But
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware, that just means that they'll call you up when you need you. Really, like occasionally
but,
you'll have to go in for something or other. But for the most part, it's just, hey, when we need you, we'll call you.
Yeah, but this guy is like, as I said to my dad, he has his hands in all sorts of cookie jars. Like, if you're in green energy, do green energy. If you want to be a periodontist, be a periodontist.
That's hard.
But this dude,
Pretending I know about dark matter and shit is much easier.
and he's only like 40, like mid-40s?
I feel like most of those are things he probably wouldn't have a degree in and is just saying that to be like, I'm impressive sounding, aren't I? Or
Yeah.
the other option, he just bought the degrees.
maybe?
Jesus Christ, this thing.
But, like, not knocking the guy in any way. Okay, kind of knocking the guy, but he is, like, and my dad was saying, yeah, maybe you should go to the guy that's out of your, like, insurance circle because he sounds a lot more reliable.
Yeah, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, but Ryan says he actually developed the Rick Sanchez portal gun, and that's how he can get from, like, Quakertown to Philly and, Letitz, all at the same time.
I'm a child. That name is hysterical.
It kind of is. But that is just so ridiculous.
Alright. So we're trying it. Doesn't work now. Shit. Hold on. Let me check something. I want to make sure, because we might actually be forced to use 9S in this now that I'm thinking about it. Let me just double check here.
Okay. Oh, and I
Yep,
did.
it's got to be 9S. Okay. That
Oh.
sucks. All right. Well, that was pointless.
And I did hear that during the NieR Automata Square Root of 3 major upload, like whatever, like that 1.31 whatever number it is, like I thought I heard that ended the 27th ending to the game.
I have not heard of that, and I don't think it does.
Oh.
Because I saw someone recently go through that, and it didn't do anything. It wasn't an ending.
Oh.
There were no credits.
Huh.
Kind of mad that we wasted time running around as A2.
Hmm. Well, I guess. Yeah?
Sucks.
Kind of.
Partly because I want to play A2, and partly because now it's just a waste of time.
Well, at least we got an ending.
It is true. We did get an ending out of the deal at the very least.
Yeah.
Alright, let's find a transport unit. Alright, so I should just have to go straight down once we get to 9S. I should be able to do A2 for the other part of it at least.
Yes, yes.
Emil, your timing is awful.
It is ending triangle. And I'm not sure if that's lambda to whatever.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Now you've reminded me. I
Okay.
finished The Promised Neverland.
Oh!
I finished that manga.
And you said it was better than the anime.
It is a hell of a lot
Facility
better.
That appeared from an area beneath the
but you still have a problem with it.
I still have one issue.
Further details unknown. Mobile transport platform
So
detected
for
in
anyone
section
that's
emerging from the facility
listening to
center.
this, I would recommend
So,
going to read the manga, then either skip this part that I'm talking about here, or come back once you've read it.
Yeah.
So the section I had mentioned before about Goldie Pond that exists, right?
Uh-huh.
There is one character in there who, depending on the translation, is called either Lewis or Luvis. He's a demon, Archduke, pretty high up in the political spectrum of this world, right?
Uh-huh.
He's all about, I want to hunt down and kill humans, just like the old days. You know, I want to feel alive again, and you only feel alive when you both put your lives on the line. Kind of like Adam in this game. So, during that whole situation, they do manage to kill him. Although, when they start going over the bodies that are in there at the very end of it, his is missing other than his hat. And I'm like, well, he's alive, somehow.
Uh-huh.
Right, this is broken. I gotta float down. He comes back in a big and plays a pretty major part at the end, and his transition is not very clear as to why he suddenly sides with someone else.
Oh.
I mean, we see it in the anime's ending. It's when Mujika becomes the queen or whatever, right? He's the one that vouches for her when they're literally about to be executed. And I have to question, like, what...
Why?
Yeah, that. And the only real line you get is a flashback of, like, the fight with Emma and the others in Goldie Pond. And he's like, oh, just a whim. And I'm like, that's not an answer. This is a drastic 180 from where you were in that moment. I don't care if you technically should have died. That doesn't really change it, as far as I'm concerned, with everything else you've done up until this point.
What about the whole King of the Demons and Emma making the promise to him?
You mean the demon god?
Like I said, I just...
So here's the other thing.
Yes.
It's a queen that the demons have, not a king.
Okay.
The god is a completely separate entity.
Oh, okay, then it must be the god that she was like, hey, I need to reforge this promise.
Oh yeah, and the god has a pet dragon. And they live in some, like, weird pocket dimension, basically.
And we would say, and you were even asking during the montage at the end, what was that dragon?
Yeah, apparently it's like a pet dragon almost. They don't really explain what the dragon is in there. It just seems to be like a pet dragon. Why can't can I not get in there now? What the hell? Do I have to talk to Emil first and then it's openable? Because that's the one thing I didn't do here that I did before. That's annoying.
It kind of is. But,
At least the elevator's going to be open now. I can just use that to go back up and down.
will you say they might redo it
Too far.
better?
What do you mean?
Like, make a Brotherhood version with, like...
They would have to. You can't salvage the other one.
But it's like, Season 1 was so good. Why the fuck did they just, like, screw up Season 2?
That's what everyone's asking. So yeah, like, the dragon is there. You want to talk about the god itself? So here's the thing, right? There were 2 promises that were made. One of which includes not eating humans anymore. Period. Full stop is what it sounds like.
Oh.
I think. So the demons have been, like, betraying that. So Emma goes there to make this promise with them. And the thing that she wants is, I want all of the human cattle children, every single one, including the prior ones, which would mean, like, Isabella and all the other sisters, to be able to go to the human world. And then have all of the pathways to the demon world sealed off.
So all the humans working in the demon world will be... Wait, that means retroactively they were once cattle children themselves.
You know, that is one thing that now that you mention it, I think is a loophole here. I think the leftover Rat Tree clan would not be able to go. So, you know, like Peter Rat Tree and all of them? I mean, they could probably go if they wanted to, but they wouldn't have been included in that promise. Because they, as far as I'm aware at least, are not cattle children at all.
Huh.
I should also point out, yeah, Norman is a crazy person too. Like, he does not stop. He does not give up what he's doing.
Use power to force him to stop.
So
Like-
he's more of a villain for longer.
Yeah, he lies straight up to Emma and Ray and continues doing his entire plan.
Oh.
And the gas wasn't even the main thing. The interesting bit about that plan that he has actually ends up being like he's turning a previous what are they called? A previous like high-ranking clan in the Demons Society that was exiled. He basically gives them the opportunity to get their revenge and has them manage to get their way into the capital and offers them a chance to like kill the queen and the hierarchy in there for revenge purposes. Which works. Most of the hierarchy dies at that point. The only one left is the queen. They also explain how demons die. Which is that there's like a core or something that's behind the central eye that they have in their head.
Oh, so that's why all demons wear, or most demons wear the mask.
Yes, to protect that.
Ah.
We learned that in Goldie Pond.
Huh.
So they wear the masks to protect that core. You get... Motherfucker, I am not paying enough attention here. Give me 1 second, let me finish this off.
That's fine.
Oh, for fuck... You gotta be kidding me. Alright, there we go. Now he's dead.
Yeah.
Now can I finally talk to O'Neill? Alright, there we go.
Okay.
Alright, now... Yep,
So,
now go underground. Okay,
so-
yes.
Yeah, wait,
So-
next time on NieR Automata, we will finally be getting that one weapon that we've been wanting to get.
Yeah, it's been a lot of BS trying to get this thing.